Floyd died from a low level of oxygen, and this caused damage to his brain that we see, and it also caused a PEA arrhythmia that caused his heart to stop.
I want to welcome to the program Cynthia Wilson, who is the second vice president of the NAACP Minneapolis chapter. She joins us now live from Minneapolis. Cynthia, it's a pleasure to have you on the program. As we just heard there from that medical expert, this is really damning testimony for the defense, given the fact that their central argument is that George Floyd did not die because of Derek Chauvin's knee on his neck. He died as a result of other drugs in his body and pre-existing health conditions. It's one thing to see this video, but it's another to hear from an actual medical expert going into scientific detail. What has been your reaction to what we've heard today in the trial?
This is not really any new information for me. The whole world saw what took place. It confirms a lot of what was already believed to be true anyway. So it's just a confirmation. I'm not surprised by it at all. But again, you know, this is the one positive thing that I would say came out of COVID, is the fact that the whole world was locked in, so they were able to witness this murder just in clear view.
Cynthia, you say that you're not surprised by seeing this, but when I was covering the first day of the trial on the ground in Minneapolis, I spoke to a lot of activists and organizers that have been out protesting that say that they didn't believe justice was going to be served in Derek Chauvin's case in terms of the 3 charges that have been laid against him. Do you feel optimistic at this point, given what we have heard from many of the witnesses taking the stand, including many Minneapolis police officers saying that this was a use of excessive force and that Chauvin used a banned technique and didn't follow training protocols?
Yes. You know, first of all, I'm going to be optimistic anyway, because you have to have hope, because without it, you know, you're doomed. And so I believe the community is hopeful. I believe that the community is believing by faith that justice will be served. And because of that, that's the hope that we hold. The testimonies and the activism that's going on is just another way of confirming what we're believing to take place.
And we know, Cynthia, that at the end of this trial, whether or not Derek Chauvin is convicted on any of those 3 charges, do you think that the fact that this trial has been placed on national television and thrust into the public spotlight, and certainly the world did see that viral video of George Floyd there for more than 9 minutes with a Minneapolis police officer kneeling on his neck, do you believe that this trial will help create more meaningful change when it comes to police reform and combating systemic racism?
Again, you know, that is our hope. And there are some different avenues that have been worked on and have been implemented to try to move forward in that aspect. Again, all we have is hope. You know, we've seen this so many times. This is not the first time that this has happened. This is probably the first time it's been fully effective, because everybody was on lockdown because of COVID. There's been many other videos. There's been so many other documentations of things that have been happening with police brutality. But because of COVID and because so many people were able to see this and visualize this, and I think it impacted so many people in so many different forms. I mean, even the young people. And so because of that, it's, again, our hope, because that's what we're really working, that's what we're living on, that's what we're basing everything on, is hope, because we don't know. And it's our hope that this positive reaction from the community and the implementations with the different organizations and the police department in terms of getting some reform going on, I think that will be very beneficial, not just for the state of Minnesota, but universal.
Cynthia Wilson, we really appreciate you joining us on the program. And of course, we as a network on TRT World will continue to follow this trial closely.